Amarjeet Sohi was sworn into the mayor's office in Edmonton on Tuesday, ending the 8-year run of Don Iveson. Wadden TV did extensive coverage of this event. Wadden TV congratulate Amarjeet Sohi for this historic win.
Kakanata nikinanitaskinan sakihitoin kitawasimisak nitehinan kipasikon kichikiwetenok. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Kakanatak ninipawinan kia oche.
We begin, of course, by honoring and thanking the many First Nations on whose historical and traditional lands Edmonton was founded, including the Cree, the Dene, the Saulteaux, the Blackfoot, and the Nakota Sioux. We acknowledge and embrace the fact that we are on the traditional land of Treaty 6 territory and the traditional Métis homeland of Region 4, to welcome our new City Council and indeed to congratulate them. And we're also here to thank them. Public service can be very demanding work, filled with challenges and sacrifices and often long hours. I've worked out of this building for over 15 years. And I have seen firsthand the many hours the mayor and councillors spend here. And of course, that is just part of their work. Public service is about more than reading reports, although I know there are many of those. Passing motions and approving budgets. It's a commitment. It's a commitment to listen and to seek to understand. It's the honest and dutiful representation of citizens, their values and their concerns, their hopes, and also their dreams. And so we thank these 13 people, elected people to our new City Council for their willingness, for your willingness to serve, and your dedication to continue to build a city that is welcoming, compassionate, engaging, and diverse. So we'll begin the official part of our ceremony this afternoon, and in honoring Indigenous roots, I'd like to invite Elder Jerry Saddleback to come forward and offer a blessing.
Plains Cree Nation, we're Indigenous to this land. According to our belief system of our long story, as we call it, our history of creation story, which takes up to 4 months to recite right from the beginning to the end, based on a 24-hour cyclic day by several elders. Our history of creation story tells us that we're not immigrants, that we were created right here upon this land. And I'm going to try to utter the prayer that my late grandpa and late auntie used to utter. And my grandfather, one of my grandpas, his name was Ugimaumstik. He was 121 years old, and my late auntie was 123 years old. I got a chance to, be partially raised by their doctrine throughout my lifetime. And every time they were going to utter a prayer, whenever called upon a gathering, they would always say to the audience, they would say the word "wichahik." "Wichahik" in our language means "help me." Hey mamunutaw inangak siat sing semandota kamgagis mutata kotekto asimsote waskagis kanoko takagi tatamo ako taktam kanwe mausustamas taktamagnago ako motas mnote ksini panagote petsnawe anmota kichikopiksko no takagi peise kichikomots komota keapsenotsotet gogo Gagis mono apan papaso ni ho motekto tasus moata moana no tanto tamauni ho takeapsuta eugutat pat mohtai ko ako teksesik magnago sia ko mota witaskeu to ne ko mota kagih mise mahtaita no mota eugu gits paskto no mota ekstes vitso komago keapsenotsuta ekses magnago sia ko taskeu matsone viateksone ona skeu ne mina papeu ne ko tekstes magito ja ko takagis motamano takiksia atson.
Thank you, Jerry. Absolutely honored, sir, to have you with us. So it's now my great privilege to introduce the members of Edmonton's newly elected City Council. I will ask each of you to stand as I read out your name and remain standing until all members of City Council have been introduced. Sir, Mayor-elect Amarjeet Sohi. Ward Nakota Iska, Councillor-elect Andrew Knack. Ward Anurnik, Councillor-elect Aaron Rutherford. Ward Tasco-Winnewak, Elder-elect Karen Principe. Ward Dene, Councillor-elect Aaron Paquette. Ward Odaheman, Councillor-elect Ann Stevenson. Ward Métis Councillor-elect Ashley Salvador. Ward CP Winniewalk, Councillor-elect Sarah Hamilton. Ward Papasteo, Councillor-elect Michael Jans. Ward Pihesawin, Councillor-elect Tim Cartmel. Ipikokikirotsi, Councillor-elect Jennifer Rice. Ward Karaheho, Councillor-elect Karen Tang. And Ward Spomitapi, Councillor-elect Joanne Wright. So please join me in a warm round of applause for our Mayor and our Councillors-elect. Administering the official oaths of office today is the Honourable Don Manderscheid, Justice with the Court of Queen's Bench. Justice Manderscheid has a long and meaningful history with the City of Edmonton. And finally, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our outgoing Mayor Don Iveson, present with us today, for his incredible work that has shaped our city into the thriving, connected place that it is today. All the best to you, sir. We will begin with the swearing in of our new elected mayor, Amarjeet Sohi.
I, Amarjeet Sohi, solemnly affirm that I will diligently, faithfully, and to the best of my ability execute, according to the law, the office of Chief Elected Officer, and that I will faithfully observe the laws of Canada, including treaties with Indigenous peoples.
I would now like to swear the City Councils in order of their ward. Ward Nakota Iska, Councillor-elect Andrew Knack.
I, Andrew Knack, swear that I will diligently, faithfully, and to the best of my ability execute according to law the office of Councillor, and that I will faithfully observe
I, Aaron Rutherford, solemnly affirm that I will diligently, faithfully, and to the best of my ability execute according to the law of the office of Councillor, and that I will faithfully observe the laws of Canada, including treaties with Indigenous peoples.
I, Karen Principe, swear that I will diligently, faithfully, and to the best of my ability execute according to law the office of Councillor, and that I will faithfully observe the laws of Canada, including treaties with Indigenous peoples. So help me God.
I, Aaron Paquette, solemnly affirm that I will diligently, faithfully, and to the best of my ability execute according to the law the office of Councillor, and that I will faithfully observe the laws of Canada, including treaties with Indigenous peoples.
I, Anne Stevenson, solemnly affirm that I will diligently, faithfully, and to the best of my ability execute according to law the office of Councillor, and that I will faithfully observe the laws of Canada, including treaties with Indigenous peoples.
aloud.
I, Ashley Salvador, solemnly affirm that I will diligently, faithfully, and to the best of my ability execute according to law the office of counselor, and that I will faithfully observe the laws of Canada, including treaties with Indigenous peoples.
I, Sarah Hamilton, swear that I will diligently, faithfully, and to the best of my ability execute according to law the office of counselor, and that I will faithfully observe the laws of Canada, including treaties with Indigenous peoples. So help me God.
I, Michael Jans, solemnly affirm that I will diligently, faithfully, and to the best of my ability execute according to law the office of counselor, and that I will faithfully observe the laws of Canada, including treaties with Indigenous peoples.
I, Timothy Cartmel, swear that I will diligently, faithfully, and to the best of my ability execute according to law the office of counselor, and that I will faithfully observe the laws of Canada, including treaties with Indigenous peoples. So help me God.
I, Jennifer Rice, swear that I will diligently, faithfully, and to the best of my ability execute according to the law of the office of the counselor, and that I will faithfully observe the laws of Canada, including treaties with Indigenous peoples. So help me God.
I, Karen Tang, solemnly affirm that I will diligently, faithfully, and to the best of my ability execute according to law the office of counselor, and that I will faithfully observe the laws of Canada, including treaties with Indigenous peoples.
Congratulations, Councillor Tang.
I, Joanne Wright, swear that I will diligently, faithfully, and to the best of my ability execute according to the law the office of counselor, and that I will faithfully observe the laws of Canada, including treaties with the Indigenous peoples. So help me God.
Thank you so much, Justice Manderscheid, for administering the oath of office to our new City Council. And it is now my absolute pleasure to welcome and introduce to everybody Edmonton's newest mayor, Mayor Amarjeet Sohi. Sir.
Before I begin, it is important to me that we recognize our city's relationship with this land, its history, and those who called this place home long before anyone called it Edmonton. We are on Treaty 6 territory. This is the traditional gathering place and meeting ground of diverse Indigenous peoples: the Cree, Blackfoot, Métis, Nakota Sioux, Iroquois, Dene, Ojibwe, Saulteaux, Anishinaabe, Inuit, and many others. This land and its people lifted me and my family up and propelled us to live up to our full potential. For that, Sarbjeet and I convey our deepest appreciation and gratitude to all Indigenous peoples and everyone who calls Edmonton home. I believe that we cannot move forward without the spirit of those who came before us, and those who are with us now, and those who will help us in the years ahead to come and shape this city. I also want to take a moment to congratulate my friend and my dear colleague, former colleague, Randy Boisneau, for his appointment to the federal cabinet. I look forward to working with him to deliver for Edmontonians. My friends, today is a good day. October 26, 2021. This is the beginning of Edmonton's next chapter. I'm sincerely grateful to be standing here speaking with all of you. Mayor Avison, thank you for your leadership over the past 8 years. I have worked with you on council and as a federal minister. In our moments together, what always strikes me most is your passion for the city that we both love. So thank you so much for your service. And to our outgoing council, you have weathered a storm that no one could have anticipated. We will not forget your service and contributions. We appreciate you. I appreciate you. Today, I am moved. Edmonton, look at who you have elected. A phenomenal, diverse group of people, including 8 women. This is Edmonton, Alberta, and we are just getting started. What we accomplish together will be a result of us working together. And as council, we need to work together. That is what Edmontonians expect of us. We will not always agree on everything. However, we must always agree to uphold the dignity of the offices we hold and the city we serve. Collaboration is not uniformity or conformity. Far from it. We should challenge each other. That is important. But how we do that is also important. By showing each other respect. Local governance is capable of amazing things. And the people of this city deserve nothing short of amazing. My campaign was about leading by example. And I promise you, that is how I intend to lead this council. And I invite all of you with me today to do the same. And that invitation of collaboration extends to our city's administration as well. As our administration knows, Edmontonians have elected a council with a strong mandate to move our city forward. We hope and we would expect that you will work with us to ensure that this council's vision and mandate and the trust Edmontonians have placed in us are carried forward. And I also extend that spirit of collaboration to our provincial partners. Edmontonians have given this council a strong mandate to build an inclusive and thriving Edmonton. And this council is ready to reset that relationship. My friends, our city has been tested like never before. And despite the challenges we have faced, Edmontonians still commit to building a city for all of us. But we cannot ignore how tough things have been. Nearly 1,300 Edmontonians have died since the start of COVID-19 pandemic. 1,300 people. This hurts. During the campaign, I met with so many of you who have been grieving. I grieve with you. And as we deal with COVID, there's another crisis going unaddressed. A drug poisoning epidemic that continues to take the lives of our loved ones. Our neighbors, friends, parents, grandparents, spouses, brothers, sisters, siblings. All of them are important, and all of them are worthy of love and dignity. And some of our racialized neighbors are afraid right now. Go to the LRT station, afraid to visit mall, to simply be who they are. I speak of this today so we can change the tide of these challenges. We cannot properly recover if we do not tackle these issues together. Empathy is no longer enough. Words are no longer enough, especially when those of us on these steps are in a position to do more. We must act with determination and deliver safety and dignity to those who have had it taken away from them. Councillors, you are impressive problem solvers. So let's solve these problems together. Let's come up with solutions that deliver for the people of this great city. And I promise that even in difficult times, as we remain committed to this direction, we will find more strength when we lift each other up. To everyone in this city, I want you to know something very important. It is going to be okay. We are going to be okay. Edmonton is a resilient city, a strong city. Time and time again, when faced with unimaginable, we show up for each other. And we will show up for you. Every day, every moment is an opportunity to do that. And we will live up to that trust you have placed in all of us. And whether you voted for us or not, we are here for you. When I say let's build an Edmonton for all of us, that is not a slogan. It is an invitation. It is a promise. Your city will never move away from you. You are never in the way. You are part of the way forward. I know that these are challenging times. Many of you are struggling to make ends meet. Many of you are worried about your jobs and your businesses and what kind of future your kids will have in this city. We see you and we hear you. And I promise that we will always remain focused on you. We will be thoughtful and responsible decision makers to make your life better and your living affordable. Together, we will address social issues like houselessness, mental health, and addictions. Together, we will tackle climate change and turn it into green jobs and sustainable prosperity. Together, we will dance again with reinvigorated arts and culture in our downtown and throughout the city. So my message to all of you is this: you can succeed here. Your businesses can thrive here. Your families can grow here. And your council will work hard to make all of you proud of this place, our home. So with that, we are ready to roll up our sleeves, and we are ready to build an Edmonton for all of us together. Thank you so much for giving us the honor.
Turning to the honor guard now, please pipe our new council into council chambers.
at 2:45? Go. Cool. Can you please record the consent?
Yes, we will. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Now I call it to order, right? I would like to call this meeting to order. And the first item is to do roll call. And I will say the name of the council members and please say whether we all are present. So we are all present. Can we not do that by consent as well?
For roll call, we like to do it one at a time,
Okay,
please.
good. I want to get done early, but it's okay. All right, so we'll start with Councillor Cartmell.
Good afternoon.
Councillor Hamilton.
Good afternoon.
Councillor Jans.
Hello.
Oh, Councillor Knack.
Good afternoon.
Councillor Paquette.
I am here.
Councillor Principe.
Present.
Councillor Rice.
Good afternoon.
Councillor Rutherford.
Good afternoon.
Councillor Salvador.
Good afternoon.
Councillor Stevenson.
Present.
Councillor Dang.
I am present.
And Councillor Wright.
I'm here.
And I'm here too. So that is passed by consent, Madam Clerk. The next item we have is protocol items. Any council members have any protocol items? No, that is done. And items for discussion and the related business. Anybody wants to select any items for debate? Seeing none, so Madam Clerk, so no reports are selected, so can we move the rest?
Yes, if somebody could move the balance of the reports for approval.
Councillor Cartmell?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Councillor Paquette? Anybody objects? So we approve it by consent. That's good. Requests to speak? None. And request per time specific on the agenda? None. And the items 5.1, 5.2, 5.3, 5.4, 5.5, and 5.6 are approved. And no bylaws for us to consider, no motions pending, no private reports. And number 9 is notices of motion. I do have one, Madam Clerk. I don't have to concede the chair in order to.
No, you're just reading it out.
Okay. So I would like to make a notice of motion that at next City Council meeting, I will ask that administration work with Anti-Racism Advisory Committee and the BIPOC community in a collaborative decision-making way to develop actionable items and a comprehensive strategy on anti-racism that addresses hate-based violence and supports for communities experiencing hate and violence, championing anti-racist, anti-violence initiatives to the provincial and federal governments to secure resources and support, and advocating for legislative tools, and work with partners to support and amplify anti-racist educational initiatives and responses. So this will come back to us at the next meeting, right?
That's correct.
Good. And we don't need a seconder for that, right? No.
You've just given notice. No motion is actually on the floor at this moment.
So we're done. We're done. Meeting is adjourned. Here we go. Is every meeting going to be this quick? No way, right? Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today, and thank you for supporting us during this ceremony. We really appreciate it.